Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're seeing my face for the first time, hi, my name is Ayomide, popularly known as Eddy. I film about lifestyle, health and career, and I'm filming from Nigeria. Please do want to check out some of my other videos, which I already linked some in the description box below, and also do subscribe to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, hey loves, how are you doing? Thank you for always coming back. Thank you for always staying. In today's video, I am going to be doing something very different. I've not tried it before, and this is my first time of doing it. It is a story time video, guys. See guys, I have a lot of stories that I want to share with you guys, but I cannot just come here and be talking about my life and all those things if you guys are not interested in watching it. So this will be our very first story time video on this channel. I want you guys to really turn up for me, guys. Okay, it's the turn up on this video that is going to let me know if I'm going to be doing a story time video or not. Okay, so today I am going to start with my most embarrassing moment. Guys, your baby girl was embarrassed, but it was in the past. I'm over it now and I'm a better person, and that is why I am bold enough to come on here to share this story. I hope you guys actually enjoy it. Enough of the talking, let's jump right into the video. This happened while I was in secondary school. Just in case you're not Nigerian, secondary school is like high school. So I was in SS2, which is like 12th grade, I think. Yeah. So I was in SS2 when this happened. Okay, this was how it happened. When I was in SS2, I was staying in a very big compound. This compound has 3 buildings in it. So there is one like this, which is like the biggest building, and there is another one here, and there's another one here. So these two are like beside each other, but there is a wide space in between, and the first building is like this. So if you are coming into the compound, you're going to come from this side, and then this building, and then this building. So this is the building I was staying in, and this compound is so big that it has trees in it, mango trees. When I mean trees, like big trees, so that you guys can know how big the compound is. So I decided to make that tree, like under the tree, my comfort zone. So if I have assignments, if I need to do something, I am always under the tree. So on this day, I was under the tree doing my assignments, and then while I was so engrossed with what I was doing, I started hearing footsteps. And to be security conscious, I had to like raise my head up to look at where the footstep was actually coming from. And then when I looked up, I saw 3 guys and a lady and a girl coming from the building that was like so this. I continued with what I was doing because the girl is staying in that building, so I know that okay, my neighbor, so I do not have any issue with that. So it looked like okay, the girl was actually escorting the 3 guys. So we're going to call the girl Raquel. So let's give her Raquel. So I just continued with what I was doing. A few minutes later, Raquel came back and came to meet me and was like, okay, someone would like to see me and all those things. And I was like, as you can see, I am doing my assignment. I don't want to see anybody. If anybody wants to actually see me, let the person come and meet me here. So I decided not to stand up. Raquel didn't come back, and that was it for that day. The following day, or a few days later, Raquel came back, and she came back with a letter, and it was an introductory letter because I read it almost immediately. I was already done with my assignment by the time she brought in the letter. So I read it immediately, and it was introductory message. The person was introducing himself, his class, what he was doing, and how he did not have a phone at that time, and that I should respond with my phone number, and also me introducing myself. So at the end of the letter, you know the person is going to put his name. So the name sounds very familiar. I know that I've been hearing that name a lot in our town at that time. So, and the name was a very popular name due to like girls scenario. You know when you are popular because of girls. I don't know if you guys understand. This guy was popular at that time because he was always like causing trouble in between girls. Maybe you will hear he's dating this one, he's dating that one. So girls wahala basically. So that was why the name was familiar. So I saw the letter, I laughed, but I responded and introducing myself, my name, my class, my school. So I just responded. I put my phone number, telling him that if he has a phone, he can just put a call through to me. That I'm not really like a letter person. Just like introduction basically. So I gave Raquel to deliver to him in school the following day. It happened that attending the same school, but this guy was like Raquel's senior. And that was 2 days later. Raquel came back with a letter, like responding letter or something like that. And that letter, that very day, I was very busy. I was so engrossed with my assignment. I think it was English assignment, so it was kind of like giving me difficulty, so I wasn't even interested in reading the letter. So I put the letter in between my textbook, postponing it to when I will be done with my assignment. By the time I finished my assignment, I had forgotten that I had a piece of notes waiting for me in my textbook. I packed my textbook, put it in my bag, and that was it for the day. The following day, I went to school with my bag, and while we're in school, you know, we are always having science, commercial, and art. A friend of mine from the commercial class came to meet me and asked for my textbook. That they have English. Yeah, it was English textbook, and she's not with her English textbook. So we are going to name let's give her Maddie, guys. So Maddie came to borrow my textbook, and I gave it to her since I will not be, so since we don't have English at that time, so I gave my textbook to her and she went with it. She returned it when they were done, and later that day we had biology practical. You know, biology is like a general subject for all students, so we will all be in the same lab. So I didn't go to the lab immediately. Really have people that I'll be chatting with in the lab. In my class at that time, I was like a one-man mopo. I laugh with almost everybody. If I want to play, I play with almost everybody. Like, I don't really have like a close pal. So I didn't want to go there and be looking at people's mouth as they are gisting. I decided to stay back in the class till when the teacher comes, because I know that if the teacher comes, the lab was very close to my class. So I know that if the teacher enters, I will hear them greet the teacher, or like the class will be silent, something that will show and let me know that okay, the teacher is already around. So I stayed back in class that day, and at the point I noticed that the lab was quiet, so I decided to pack my things and go into the lab. Unfortunately, the teacher was not around. I don't know, the class was just silent for no reason. So I entered the class, and I noticed like some of the class members were looking at me. This was so like unusual, so I started feeling somehow. I was trying to denote what was going on. I looked at myself from head to toe, maybe something is wrong. I touched my face, I looked at my uniform and all those things, and I felt like, okay, I'm good, so what is going on? So I sat down and people were still looking at me, and I couldn't really figure it out. And then I started feeling somehow, you know, I was like, is something wrong? Is something wrong? And then at the end, later, someone wanted to talk to me. I knew that the person just wanted me to know what was going on. The person did not really have reasonable things to say. So the person addressed me as, okay, so the guy that wrote the letter, let's give him a name. So we are going to give him, let's give him Joe. Okay, so Joe was the guy that wrote the letter. So when the person wanted to call me, the person addressed me as Mrs. Joe, and that caught me unaware. And I started thinking, because I felt like, why is this person calling me Joe? Guys, I still did not remember that I had a letter in my textbook. So when this person called me Mrs. Joe, the first thing that came to my mind was, so Joe that I've not even started having normal conversation with, I've started telling people that we are dating. So I was so angry, I was so annoyed, and I was like, why will you call me that? And all of them started laughing and all those things, and I felt very shy. I was ashamed. I felt very bad. But I finished the practical, and all I was in my head was to look for how to meet Joe and warn him. So I went back to class, and I can't even remember. Okay, before I left the lab, one of the guys, you know, there is no way you will be in class. Your class will not have bullies. I don't think it is possible. So one of the bullies in my class decided to let me know that they had seen the letter from Joe. And I was I was shocked. And that was when I remembered that I had given Maddie my textbook, in which my letter was in it. So it happened that Maddie took the letter, read the letter, and probably showed it to some of our class members. I don't know how the whole thing got to the whole class group, and I felt very bad. I felt very ashamed and all those things. And that was where the whole saga started. So people stopped addressing me as Ayomide, AY, or the normal usual name they used to call me. They started addressing me as Mrs. Joe. Right now, I felt very I was angry. There was this boiling in me that I really wanted to see Joe and tell him, can you please stop writing me letter? And you know, the annoying thing is the fact that I didn't read the letter. I don't even know what is inside the letter. No one even showed me what the letter looked like. They did not return the letter in my textbook, guys. They even made photocopies of these letters. So it became a very big story in my class. The thing was escalating day by day and all those things. So I got home, there was no letter from Joe that day, and I think a few days later I got a letter. I did not respond. Another one, I did not respond. The letters kept coming in, I didn't respond. So there was one day Joe put a call through to me and was like, okay, and I told him on phone, please, I want us to talk. I stopped replying a letter for a reason, and while I was talking, the call ended. So I kept trying the number back and it was not going. So I think that was the only time we even talked on phone. This guy did not have a phone. So maybe his phone spot or something. This guy did not have a phone. So he probably borrowed the phone to call me that time and ended the call. I don't know, but that was the last time I heard from him on phone. So he kept writing me letter every now and then. There is no day Raquel will not come back with a letter. I told Raquel at a point that Raquel should tell him to stop sending you to me. And I don't know if she delivered the message or not. So to cut the long story short, guys, there was one day after like 3 months or 2 months into the whole scenario of me bearing Mrs. Joe because my class member won't stop addressing me like as Mrs. Joe, I met with an old friend of mine. This friend of mine, I did not have like a means of communication with him, and I didn't really notice, I didn't know that he was close to Joe. Like they happen to be like friends, like best of friends, but because I did not have any means of communication with this person, I don't get to like know all those things. So one day I was at a parent shop and this guy, so we are going to name him, so let's give him Dan. So Dan passed and Dan saw me. I was greeting Dan, oh, what's up, how are you doing, and all those things. We were trying to catch up and I noticed Dan was looking at me amazingly and all those things. I was like, what's up, what's going on? I was like, I never expected that I don't know, it was like, oh, I didn't know you are a bad girl, like you are a baddie. Okay, you used the word baddie and I was like, what do you mean by I'm a baddie? He said, all the letters that you've been writing to my friend Joe, we've been saying it, and you are really a good composer, you write a lot of poems and all those things to my friend. And I was looking lost. I was like, me? Poem? Love letter? How? When? From who? With who? To who? Like I felt lost because I've not been writing letters, so I know that where is this coming from? Fortunately that day, it happened that Joe has been receiving lots of letters on my behalf. I don't know. He has been receiving letter, and at the end of the letter, the name has always been Ayomide. Okay, so he has also been responding. So all those letters that I've been receiving from Joe that Raquel has been delivering to me, they were like responsive to some of the letters that were being delivered to Joe from me. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. I've not been writing letter, but it happened that somebody have been writing letter on my behalf. So that day, so it has really became like a big gist in their school that there is this girl in my school, and the thing is, my school and their school is kind of like in competition. They were always trying to like beef my school and all those things. So it became like a gist in between them. They are all saying there is this girl in my school, mentioning my school, that is in love with a guy in their school, and it happens that some of these girls, some of the students in Joe's school happen to be like siblings of my own classmates. So the gist is going on around my school, their school, and guys, Dan brought out a letter that day and was like, thank God that is with one of the letter that he received yesterday that Joe showed it to him. So Joe and Dan are like best friends, that he showed it to him and then he had it in his pocket since yesterday. He showed me the letter and I was like, Dan, see, let me not lie to you, this handwriting is not my handwriting. For you to confirm, I quickly brought out a pen and jotted and I wrote something and I said, see, this is not my handwriting. I don't know where you guys have been collecting this letter or who has been sending you guys letter, but this is not my handwriting. I've never, apart from my introductory message, I've never written Joe a letter. I've been wanting to even see him for a while because I've been called names several times and I don't like it, and this thing is already getting to me. Where is this coming from? So Dan promised to look into the situation for me and get back to me. So it happened that Raquel and her friends have been writing letter on my behalf. Dan decided to tell Joe. So Joe wrote a letter in some sort of way or something. I don't know how they did it, but they got to know that it was Raquel and her friends. Immediately, Joe gave Raquel letter. Raquel will take it to her classmates. They will sit in a corner and compose message, fine message, love message, and give it back to Joe the following day on my behalf. Letters that I have not been writing. They fell in love on my behalf. So this all just went viral, and I became very ashamed. Like anytime I'm walking street, it is always juniors, seniors, everybody calling me Mrs. Joe. It felt like I was possessed with Joe because of the kind of letter that Joe has been receiving. And after the truth came out, you know now, rumors, before the truth, they will not believe, and that's the thing. So I was very embarrassed, and it got to a point that I had to tell my parents that, okay, this is what is going on, and I really want to change my environment. I want to leave this town, I want to leave this school, I'm not doing again. My parents had to like look into it, but before they even looked into it, I didn't change my school, guys. I didn't leave the town. I was there till I finished school. But I promised myself since that period that I don't want to have anything to do with any boy that is from this town. I don't want to have anything to do with. I made all those promises. I was so angry at myself. I was so mad at so many people, but there was nothing I could do. So that was like the most embarrassing moment of my life, to be honest, because this just escalated to the extent that juniors started to like disrespect me. I tried to minimize the gist so that you guys do not, so that I will not bore you with the gist, because it was really a big deal, guys. I am laughing now because I am really over it. Thank you guys for watching. I really want to know if you guys do enjoy my story video. If you enjoy it, then that means I am coming back with full force to just you guys with different type of stories. Until next time that I'm going to be saying my face again, stay cool, stay calm, and be happy. Bye guys.
You my boo boo. I love you all.